All right, man, some new Florida laws taking effect July 1st. They say the magnitude of the new laws, a multitude of new laws, will take effect in Florida July 1st as over 200 bills from the 2023 legislative session are implemented. Some of the outstanding ones would be, let's see, House Bill 1 expands on taxpayer-funded vouchers to all Florida students, removing income eligibility requirements. Mm-hmm. That's an interesting one. We got Bill 102, aiming to expand affordable housing by increasing funding for housing and rental programs. They say this provides initiatives for investment and encourages mixed-use developments in struggling commercial areas. What does that mean for us, Troy?
Basically, it gives some incentives to developers because developers don't make money.
This is that.
Yeah, developers don't make money on low-income housing, so that's the reason that it's a challenge. And I love the fact that every Joe Schmo is like, "Oh, why did the developer build it?" Well, because they lose money on it. So this helps them get back to even on building the lower-income housing.
Right, right. At the end of the day, it's got to be worth it for you to do a job. Yeah. And to be worth it for you to do a job, you got to make some money on it, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, they got people they got to feed too.
Yeah, if it doesn't make dollars, it don't make sense.
That's it. We've got House Bill 379, prohibiting the use of TikTok.
What?
On devices owned by school districts.
Oh,
so if you're on your
school district,
gotcha. If you're a principal and you're on your school phone, better not have TikTok on there. By school districts and through internet access provided by districts due to concerns over Chinese ownership and what they might be doing with the data, how they might be using those algorithms to influence your kids. You should delete TikTok off of your kids' phones. Bill 411 changes residency requirements for school board members, now requiring them to reside in the districts they represent by the date that they take office. Is that not the case here in St. Johns County? That's not the case. They don't have to live in the districts they're representing?
That's weird.
Yeah.
The school district? I always thought they did.
I always thought they did too, but apparently this solidifies that.
Okay. Well, that's good. Maybe not everybody follows that rule.
Yeah.
Statewide. This is a state thing, so
yeah. Yep.
Our local.
I thought we followed that locally.
Yeah, I'm going down the list. I'm thinking everybody lives in
House Bill. You know everybody's addresses on the.
Yeah, I do. So they should be warned. I'm just kidding.
That's there you go, school board. You thought I was the one you had to look out for. It's Davey.
I'm coming for you, Bev. I'm just kidding. Love you, Bev.
House Bill 477 imposes 8-year term limits on school board members. That reduces this from the current limit of 12 years. I didn't even know there were term limits on school board members.
Okay.
Bill 540 allows prevailing parties to recover legal fees and challenges to local government comprehensive growth management plan changes. I think that kind of goes along with the developer incentives. Wasn't that they were something that was at least talked about together a couple of months ago, to where if you try to sue these companies, you're going to have to pay.
That's right. I remember you talking about that.
Yeah. House Bill 543 permits Floridians to carry guns without concealed weapons licenses.
Oh.
So there's that one.
Yeah.
Pretty much just walk around with a gun.
No longer have to have your concealed.
Right. And you don't have to tell the cops you're going hunting or fishing either.
But what about are you allowed to bring them in bars? You know what I mean? I'm not trying to go there, but I'm just a good question of public.
No, are you allowed to have them? I mean, there's restrictions even when you had your concealed, and that's a very good question. If you have drinks, are you still allowed to have it?
Right. Well, yeah, I think it's the same thing as a concealed, but you just don't need to go through the process.
So all those legal things that come with the concealed are still in place. It's just you don't have to have the concealed.
To my understanding.
Seems like it.
Okay. Yeah. But we should probably clear that up.
Yeah, we're not legal experts. Let's see. A couple other notable ones. House Bill 1069 expands the ban on instruction about sexual orientation, gender identity to include 8th grade, following a previous law that covered kindergarten through 3rd grade. I mean, it really covered more than kindergarten through 3rd grade, but I guess this expands on it a little bit more. 1521 imposes restrictions on which bathrooms individuals can use in public buildings and schools, requiring them to use facilities corresponded to their the sex at birth. Bill 1718 strengthens penalties for those who would be involved in bringing undocumented immigrants into Florida, requiring hospitals to submit data on patients and their legal status. It also allocates about $12 million to a program facilitating the transportation of migrants to other parts of the country.
Oh, jeez.
They made a law.
Yeah,
huh?
got that one in there, huh?
They made a law. We can now ship people to
Lordy.
anybody.
Yeah.
With $12 million to do that. Okay.
Okay.
See, and then I've said this before on a lot of different shows. My way to handle this is we give a lot of support to a lot of the countries that we get illegal immigrants from.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, almost 100% of the illegal immigrants we give support to that country.
Sure.
So every time we have to send someone back, we bill them and don't give them that support.
Yeah.
We cut off their money source. I bet they start taking care of it at home.
I'm not mad at that idea whatsoever.
Me neither. I think it's actually a great point.
Well,
Yeah.
we give almost $1 billion to Mexico.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're not bringing their best.
So there you go. If you want to read more on that, well, there's a very long link for you to read more on that. But it's at WTSP. I think that's the Tampa Fox station out there. You can read more on those laws that are going to take effect again on July 1st. A lot of interesting stuff in there, man. Some things are a-changing. All right.
Backwards or forwards? A little bit of both?
I guess it depends on where you stand.
Yeah, I guess
you know,
so.
on some of these issues.